We are still waiting for the optimal time to buy TSLY. Let's look at the chart today and see how close we are to being able to buy TSLY to average down or start your initial position. So first off, let's take a look at the overall broader market today. In yesterday's video, we were talking about we're looking for a rejection at the 50-period moving average yesterday, which we got confirmed today. So currently we have rejection at the 50-period moving average, which is the green line that you see there. Currently the 100 in the red line and the 20, the white line, are currently giving support. We'd like to see a little bigger dip in the overall market here, maybe back to 430. We'd like to see 430 hold. I think that would be a good spot to try to purchase TSLY. Now, looking at the overall broader market, that gives you an indication of market strength and weakness, and then you can look at TSLY and see if it lines up, which is what we're going to do right now. Oops, that's TSLY. So let's look at TSLY. Like we talked about yesterday on TSLY, we were looking for a rejection at the $270 mark, which we got, which lines up with the overall broader market getting rejected as well. We'd like to see TSLY come back down to maybe that 250 area or the 20-period moving average or the 50-period moving average and maybe show some support there. That would be the time to average in on your TSLY positions. Let's take a broader look here at TSLY. Let's look at the weekly chart here on TSLY. EMAs are starting to separate, which shows we could possibly get into a bullish phase of TSLY. That is definitely not confirmed yet, as the EMAs are not totally separated. We want to see them separated out a little more on the weekly time frame to show us that we are in a bullish phase. You would like your EMAs to look something like this, which, as you see currently, we do not have that yet. However, with rejection at 270, let's go back to TSLY on the daily time frame. With the rejection we called for yesterday at 270, we're looking for support again in that 250, 255 area around these EMAs. Let's go to TSLY. So like we talked about yesterday, I'm still looking for that $13.50 mark before I purchase more shares. We'll just have to see how the market plays over the next few days. But that will be my buy point, because that will line up with support on SPY, support on TSLY, and we got support here on TSLY at 1350. Let's look at QQQY and the Qs today. So start off looking at the underlying of QQQ. Again, we got rejection there at 370 like we called for yesterday. We'd like to see it come back down to this, I don't know, the 365 mark, possibly 360 to hold support. We have to see what these EMAs do. Now, as we see here, the Qs were in an amazing bullish formation for a very long time. Look how the EMAs were separated, stacked, beautiful. We were getting rejection or support from EMAs, and they were pumping it up there. The EMAs are still kind of flat, meaning the 20 and 50 aren't on top of each other just yet. So we have to see how she plays out the next few days. Let's look at QQQY. Don't get a lot of information here in the daily time frame from QQQY just because it hasn't been around long enough. Obviously, the EMAs are stacked in a bearish formation here on QQQY. I am above my average cost, so there's no reason for me to average down, obviously, because we're above my average cost. I'm looking for possibly 1860, but hopefully 1840, if it gets there, would be my next buy-in and average down point on QQQY. Unfortunately, we don't have a lot of information on it, so we have to go to a smaller time frame, which isn't always the best. Go to the hourly time frame. Looks like we got support there off the 100. We also got support there off the 100, so that's telling us that the 100 on the hour time frame could possibly be support. So 1885 could possibly be a point you may want to average down. However, I'm going to hold off and wait for this lower down in there, maybe like 1860, 1840-ish, something like that before I average down. I need to see what happens with the Qs and QQQY over the next coming days. One more time looking at the broader market on SPY. Let's go to the daily. So again, one more time, we're just stuck in a range here between the rejection there at the 50 period moving average like we talked about yesterday. We're looking for that to not hold and be resistance. So we just need a little more dip in the market before I feel comfortable averaging down on any positions. Market's just kind of in a holding pattern. We're trying to wait and see. Now, an important indicator that I also look at is the VIX. Let's go to the VIX on a weekly time frame. VIX got beautiful rejection there from the VIX on a weekly time frame around the $20 mark and where the 200 period moving average is. You can see the stiff rejection there. Since then, the VIX has sold off, meaning the market should gain some stability. But what we're seeing now here on the weekly time frame on the VIX is getting some kind of support at the 20 period moving average, as you see there around the $16 mark. Let's look at VIX on a daily. As you see there, the VIX got rejected up there around the $20 mark, which was the 200 period moving average on a weekly. Currently on a daily, look at the support here right around the $16 mark. All the EMAs are lined up here. Lots of support on the VIX. So if the markets want to go higher, it's got to break below the $16 mark on the VIX. Otherwise, we're going to have some more volatility. The VIX will rise and the markets will decrease. So we're just going to have to see how she plays out over the next coming days. As for averaging into your TSLY or QQQY position, patience is a key here. Let's see what the market does over the next 2-3 days. See if we can get a bigger dip that we can actually average in and get the most bang for our buck. Tactical Scalper out.